So the New York Jets have made their decision. They've hired a guy who's never been a coach before. He's been a defensive coordinator, defensive coach. But normally I would be kind of, especially with what happened recently with Salah, I would have thought to myself, well, let me go the route of someone that has had experience. But I am warming up to Aaron Glenn as your New York Jets head coach. Couple of things that this could work in the Jets' favor, and I think the Jets right off the bat have, with this roster. First of all, it is a semi decent roster, which realistically, and it depends on the quarterback situation here too. But as it currently is, with Aaron Rodgers on the team, and I think they should have Aaron Rodgers come back. This team, I think, still, even with the new head coach, new staff, should have expectations to reach the playoffs. And now, Aaron Glenn, as your new New York Jets head coach, he can make that happen. A couple reasons why. Though he has no coaching experience, he gets New York. And what I mean by he gets New York, he was a New York Jet player. He was actually the quarterback, too. If you remember, it was his rookie year with that famous play with the Jets and the Dolphins. I remember that. That fake spike game many years ago, and Aaron Glenn was a rookie that year. That he was involved in that play, and he said that play bothered him. So right off the bat there, but just by saying that, bothered him for many years, still bothers him. Guy has a chip on his shoulder. As a player, he was considered, I think, probably one of the better cornerbacks here on the team, if not the best cornerback on the team when he was here. A guy that was 5'8", 5'9". He's always with a size like that. He always has to be on his game and giving it 150% every single game and I think that that was shown here when he was playing his 120, 150%, and I think that shows in his locker room that attitude, that fighting attitude, right? And he's played here. So he gets New York. He gets the expectations of New York and how New York wants to win now. You know, he gets the Jets fan base. He's been a Jet. He know that these Jets have been long and suffering Jet fans. He gets it. He understands New York and the mentality and what is going to be expected of him. A lot of time, these coaches, they might be ready as far as a resume on paper, but playing in New York is a different animal than playing in, than playing in Atlanta, coaching in Atlanta. There's media. You have to know how to handle the media. Again, he's been a player. And when you're a player, you played in New York, you know what's expected of you, you know how tough, you know what you're getting into. And the fact that he was a player, he already has, I'm sure, the ears of the locker room there. Well, all ears will be listening. He was one of them. He was one of the boys, one of the players. Now, not saying you're going to be buddy chummy, But when I say one of the boys, he is a player, and he's worn that hat before as a player. So he knows again what the mindset of a player is. I'm sure, he has that coach's cap on. And remember, he knows one of the first things he said is he has to be, as a coach, his responsibility is not responsibility. It's not only defense, it's also offense to make sure that goes smoothly. He's also been on the learning tree, he has had, interactions with Bill Parcells. So he knows how it was for Bill Parcells. Bill Belichick, too, I believe he had some experience with Bill Belichick. That's another learning tree right there. Pete Carroll, another learning tree. All legendary coaches. I believe he had Al Groh here with the Jets as well. But we won't talk about Al Groh. We won't count that. Look, he has potential. He was a successful player here at a high, um, level, 150% all the time, and that's he's something that he's going to expect from his players. But guaranteed, if he's saying that he wants everyone to be at 150%, he's going to be up there with him at 150%. So, Aaron Glenn, successful player, played in New York, has that makeup, and I'm sure that mentality that you need to succeed, which sometimes is half the struggle, being able to succeed and knowing what New York is about. He wanted to come here. So if I'm a Jet fan, I'm crossing my fingers.